You're working on something right now, and your mind is somewhere else. Not fully, just partially. One part on the task, another part planning what's next, another replaying what happened earlier. You're here, but you're also not. If you can't hold your attention on one thing, you don't control your life. Your impulses do. Here's what nobody's telling you. You've experienced total focus before. You know what it feels like to be completely absorbed, but you can't access it when you need it most. By the way, this isn't about productivity hacks. Hacks treat symptoms. What I'm going to show you rewires how your mind operates entirely. The Japanese had a discipline for this. A Zen state warriors trained to enter before every decisive action. Not multitasking, not balance, something opposite. Ichigyo Zammai, total absorption in a single act. The practice of becoming psychologically indivisible. By the end, you'll apply this once tomorrow, during one task, one conversation, one decision, and you'll feel how different undivided attention actually is. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly why your mind fragments and the one practice that makes you impossible to destabilize. If this already feels necessary, you belong here. Consider subscribing and walk this path with the Last Ronin. You sat down to work 30 minutes ago, but you haven't actually started. You opened the file, checked email, looked at your phone, thought about lunch, remembered something you need to do later. Your body's at the desk. Your mind is in 6 places. None of them here. Notice how many tabs are open right now. You've been splitting your attention for so long, you think this is normal. Earlier you had a conversation, important one. Someone needed your full presence, but you weren't there. You were nodding, responding, but part of you was already moving to the next thing. They felt it. You know they did, and now you're wondering what you missed, because you weren't actually listening. You were performing listening while thinking about something else. This is how you move through your entire day. Eating while scrolling, working while planning, talking while distracted, never fully anywhere, and you think this is efficient. It's not efficiency, it's fragmentation. You're not doing many things well. You're doing many things poorly while convincing yourself it counts as productivity. Right now you're reading this, and if your eyes just flicked away for half a second, that's exactly what I'm talking about. But part of you is already thinking about what you need to do after. You can't even consume information without splitting. This is the mistake that keeps you scattered for years. You think the problem is time management? It's not. The problem is you've lost the ability to be undivided. Your attention has become a reflex. Something pulls, you follow. Notification, thought, impulse, doesn't matter. Your mind moves. And because it's always moving, it's never powerful. You go to bed tonight mentally exhausted, not because you did hard work, because you did partial work all day. And partial work drains more than total work ever does. Start something. Split immediately, not lack of focus, chronic division. You're not present anywhere because you're trying to be present everywhere. And everywhere means nowhere. This is where you get stuck. The Last Ronin does not divide his mind. When the blade is drawn, nothing else exists. Not the outcome, not the next move, not yesterday or tomorrow, just the strike. You think that's intensity? It's not. It's Ichigyo Zammai, the Zen practice of total absorption in a single act. The samurai didn't train to focus harder. They trained until division felt unnatural. This is where most men misunderstand presence. Presence isn't about trying to pay attention. It's about removing everything that divides attention. When the Ronin eats, he eats. Completely. Not eating while planning, not eating while reviewing. Just eating. When he trains, nothing else. When he decides, fully. No part of him second guessing while another part commits. Right now, you do the opposite. You're always doing 2 things, and both suffer. The old masters had a teaching. The mind that chases 2 rabbits catches neither. Your mind chases 7, simultaneously, and you wonder why nothing lands with weight. Ichigyo Zammai wasn't about achieving more, it was about becoming undivided, because a divided mind cannot execute with precision. A divided mind hesitates. A divided mind second guesses. A divided mind collapses under pressure because part of it is always elsewhere. But an undivided mind, unstoppable, not because it's stronger, because it's whole. If this is already naming something you feel, stay with me. Because in 2 minutes, I'm going to give you the exact reset that rewires this pattern permanently. You lost this. Somewhere in the multitasking culture and tab switching and always-on connectivity, you forgot how to be one thing completely. Now, you're many things partially, and partial presence is weakness. Your brain is designed to scan, not because you're broken, because scanning used to keep you alive, movement in periphery, potential threat, shift attention. But now there are no threats, just notifications, thoughts, impulses, options, and your brain scans them all, constantly. Watch what happens. You're working, deep in something. Phone vibrates, brain, check it. You don't even decide. Your hand is already moving. That's not a choice. It's automatic division. Someone walks by your desk, brain, notice them, assess, return to work. But you don't return fully. Part of you is still processing the interruption. A thought appears. Did I respond to that email? Brain, pull attention there. Check. Come back. Except you don't come back. You never fully return. Checking email while thinking about the task, while remembering you need to eat, while planning the afternoon. Notice how fragmented your mind is just reading this. None of this is strategic. It's compulsive division. Dopamine spikes on novelty. Every switch rewards your brain. So your mind starts chasing switches instead of depth. And every time you switch without returning to singular focus, you train your brain that distraction is normal. So your baseline becomes fragmented, and fragmented becomes who you are. You call it being aware of multiple things, but you're just incapable of being absorbed in one thing. And that incapacity makes you weak. Weak men don't fail because they're stupid. They fail because they can't stay in one thing long enough to finish it. Because when real depth is required, real thought, real decision, real presence, you can't access it. You're already scattered across 12 things, so you stay surface level on all of them. Stay with me. This changes how tomorrow works. Here's what the Ronin knows that you refuse to accept. Power doesn't come from doing more things, it comes from doing one thing completely. Most people think the goal is efficiency, more output, better systems. Wrong. The goal is psychological indivisibility, to enter an act so fully that nothing else exists while you're in it. That's Ichigyo Zammai. Not multitasking mastery, single action totality. Here's the law, one thing, completely, until it's done. No escape hatch. Not one thing while monitoring 6 others. One thing, only. No tabs in the background, no mental commentary, no part of you already planning the next move. Just full absorption. This is the shift that separates scattered men from sovereign ones. You can't do this yet because your brain has been trained to split. Every notification you check mid-task, every thought you follow mid-conversation, every tab you open mid-work, training distraction. So now distraction is your default. The samurai trained the opposite. One strike, total commitment. No part of the mind elsewhere. One breath, complete focus, no fragmentation. One decision, full presence. No second guessing during execution, until singular focus became automatic. Until their mind could not be divided even under pressure. Here's how you start. Tomorrow pick one task. Doesn't matter what it is. Email, writing, conversation, cleaning, irrelevant. Before you start, close everything else. Not minimize, close. Phone face down, notifications off, door closed if possible, then enter the task completely. No checking anything, no switching, no mental escape. Just that one thing until it's done. You'll feel the urge to split. Your brain will scream for variety. Let it scream. Don't obey. Stay absorbed. That's one rep of Ichigyo Zammai, and the moment you complete one task without splitting, you feel something return, authority over your own mind. Not perfection, not hours of deep work, just one task. Completed. Undivided. Do this once tomorrow and you've started the training. Do it daily for a month and you've rewired the default. Your mind will stop fragmenting automatically. It will learn we don't split here. And once that becomes your baseline, everything changes. A work. You're writing something, important piece, old pattern, write, check phone, write. Think about lunch, write, switch tabs, repeat. New pattern, close everything. Write until it's done completely, no splits. The quality's different because your full mind was present. Conversation. Someone's talking to you, needs your attention. Old pattern. Listen while thinking about your response or what you need to do after, or checking your watch. New pattern. Just listen. Completely. No part of you elsewhere. They feel it. The conversation deepens because you were actually there. Email. Inbox is full, needs clearing. Old pattern. Answer 1. check something, answer another, get distracted, never finish. New pattern, block time, enter email completely, process until done, then leave. Inbox cleared in half the time because you weren't splitting. Decision, big choice, multiple options, high stakes. Old pattern, think about it while doing other things. Never commit fully, stay in limbo. New pattern, set time. Think only about this. No distractions. Decide completely, move forward. Decision is clearer because your entire mind was engaged. Here's what changes when you train undivided presence. You stop being scattered, you stop doing many things poorly while calling it productivity, you stop fragmenting your attention across 12 things. Old you is divided, every task shared with 6 others. New you is singular, one thing, completely, then the next. Old you needed constant variety to stay engaged. New you enters absorption naturally because division is no longer your default. Old you is mentally exhausted from partial presence everywhere. New you has energy because total presence is less draining than chronic splitting. This isn't productivity, this is Ichigyo Zammai, psychological indivisibility. Almost no one lives this way anymore. A blade that vibrates mid-strike misses its mark. A steady blade cuts clean. People sense it before they understand it. You don't check your phone mid-conversation anymore. Don't split your focus, don't half listen. You're just there, fully. And that presence carries weight. Something goes wrong and you handle it without fragmenting. One problem, complete attention, resolution, done. They'll ask, how do you stay so focused? You won't have a dramatic answer, you just stop splitting. That's it. One thing. Completely. Repeat. Until singular presence became automatic. Until your mind refused to fragment even when chaos invited it. That's Ichigyo Zammai. And once you have it, distraction stops controlling you. Because your attention is no longer scattered, it's sovereign. The Last Ronin doesn't multitask, he doesn't divide. He enters every act completely, and what remains is precision. If this hit you uncomfortably, you belong here. Consider subscribing and walk this path with the Last Ronin. The undivided version of you is waiting.